What's up, everybody? This is my assembly table slash outfeed table, and it is packed with features. It has 12 drawers, it has 3 cabinet areas, one of which is to house an air compressor. It has dust collection, it has electricity, it has so many things going on that it makes it the perfect table work surface for a small workshop. I built this table about 4 years ago when the channel was just getting started and not many people got to see it, and also it was really long, so I condensed everything into about 13 minutes. That way you can see how I built this thing from start to finish. Most of the assembly table workbenches that I've seen here on YouTube are built with 2x4 frames followed by plywood panels. My approach here is a little bit different. I'm going to use almost no 2x4s. This is the only part of the bench that does use 2x4s. This is for the construction of the base. By the way, you are going to see me wearing my gloves several times while I'm using this table saw. It was very cold out at the time, and I guess part of my brain wasn't working correctly. Don't wear gloves when using power tools. This is really dangerous. I always thought that building a frame out of 2x4s for a mobile workbench like this was more complicated than it needed to be. My approach is different. This bench is made almost entirely of plywood. I basically built a series of cabinets and attached them to a large dolly. I found that this was a lot easier to build, and it was also easier to keep everything in square. To assemble the carcasses, I am using pocket holes, and as you can see, I'm also tacking everything together first with my brad nailer. This is going to make it easier for me to screw everything together. Now looking back, this is my biggest regret. I built this with the intention of adding a 4-inch dust collection port on one end of this table. The idea was that I would be able to connect some of the tools on the other end of my shop to the dust collection through the table. That's why I'm cutting this hole here. But I never ended up using it. Now this worked out very nicely. This is the first time that I ever installed drawer slides prior to assembling a cabinet. I found that as long as my measurements were on and the spacing was identical on both sides, it was much easier and faster to install the slides first before assembling everything else. These casters are pretty awesome. They can handle a weight of up to 2,200 pounds. Here I'm preparing openings for my electrical receptacles. This table has access to power on all 4 corners. This is by far the best thing that I added to this workbench. In a small shop, having access to electricity for your tools without having to run wires along the floor is a huge advantage. If you want to make a table like this, I do have plans available. The link is below in the description. If you remember earlier in the video, I showed you the hole that I made. That was for the dust collection, and here is the 4-inch PVC pipe that I am going to slide right up the middle. Now again, I kind of wish I didn't do this because for me it just didn't work out and I didn't really use it, but maybe someone out there will find this useful. Before we get into the next phase of this project, those of you who follow my channel know that I like to incorporate 3D printing whenever I have an opportunity into my videos. Allow me to introduce you to today's sponsor, FL Sun. FL Sun manufactures 3D printers. This is the newest addition to the FL Sun 3D printer family. This is the S1 and it is a beast of a printer. It is by far the fastest 3D printer that money can buy without breaking into the industrial 3D printer market. It has a sleek triangular shaped frame and houses a trio of carbon fiber arms, which is what makes this a Delta printer. It is packed with tons of features, including auto bed leveling. It also has smart zone heating, which basically means that only the part of the bed that you are printing on gets heated. This printer also hosts a 1080p video camera and AI detection. One of the coolest features on the S1 is that the filament holder is enclosed and it is also used as a filament dryer. Basically, this printer can do everything that all of the other printers on the market can do and more. But the key difference that sets it apart from everyone else is that it is ridiculously fast. It is so fast that I printed a Benchy in exactly 8 minutes. That is more than 2 times faster than anything that I have ever used in the past. Now, if you want the speed and power but not so much the footprint, FL Sun also put out a smaller version called the T1. If you want to see more specs or if you are interested in ordering one of these, there is a link down below in the description. Thank you again to FL Sun for sponsoring this video. The top of this table is incredibly solid. I used 3 pieces of 3/4 inch plywood. To make sure that the layers are bonded well, I temporarily used these screws to pull the pieces together. The third piece is going to be the layer that is visible. To attach it to the other 2 layers, I use longer screws and fasten them from underneath. Another option here would be to use a thick piece of MDF and finish it off with a piece of Formica. finish that I use on this table is polyacrylic, which is a water-based polyurethane. And I really like this product, but if I had to do it all over again, I would not use it on the top. I would actually use regular polyurethane. I think it's more durable and it will hold up better over time.
If you want to see how I made the handles or the paper holder, there are videos for those. I'll link them below. Also, if you want to build this table, I have plans available. I'll link that below as well. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I'll see you soon.